those that are on the track team, the football, basketball, debate, those that competed this week in the history fair. I'm talking about those young people that went out to Langston and competed in the interscholastic meet, went to OU, Central State. I'm talking about our young people. Thank God today that all our young people have not turned to crime. All of our young people are not out to buying drugs. And it's to you, young people, wherever you are, that I would like to salute you. And speaking of saluting you, I want you to know that Sherry's Cleaners is open at 4905 North Martin Luther King Avenue. Now, Sherry has a very special. It's called our Spring Special. The Spring Special will give you the bargains in cleaning that you have waited for. I want you to go by Sherry's Cleaners, 4905 North Martin Luther King Avenue. Remember, if you can put it in this morning and you can get it out this evening. All at Sherry's Cleaners, 4905 North Martin Luther King Avenue. I told you some weeks ago about that special they had on for church robes. If you are the pastor of a church and you have a choir and you want to get your robes clean, bring them to Sherry's. They will clean those robes for $3 each and then clean the pastor's robes free. Today's program is dedicated to the young people in America that are doing something. I don't care if these young people are in elementary, middle school, or high school. I want to call their names because we are always calling names of young people that are involved in crime. I want to call the names of the young people like the people that participated in that big talent show at Northeast last night. Oh, I want to call the names of our young people. So many times we forget things, but I want you to know it's Soul Bazaar time in Oklahoma, and Soul Bazaar time simply means that it's time for the Soul Bazaar, the only trade and industry show in the Southwest sponsored by minorities. That's why the majorities should come to the minority show. That will be at the YWCA on April the 29th and 30th. I will be telling you more about the Soul Bazaar, and if you have any questions, you can always ask us. There's a mission in Oklahoma City. I don't know how much you know about the Lighthouse Mission, which is located at 2520 South Central here in Oklahoma City. I know you want to know what this mission is all about because the organizer of this mission comes on at 1:30 now, and it would be smart for you to turn your radio to KBYE at the 1:30 and stay tuned to 2 o'clock to the Clara Luper radio show. And I have invited Reverend Chester Hawkins Jr. to stay here with me, and let's see if I can talk to him about this radio broadcast that he has at 1:30 and also about the Lighthouse Mission. How are you today, Reverend Hawkins?
Good afternoon, Miss Luper. How are you?
I'm fine. I didn't know that you were the organizer of the Lighthouse Mission.
Yes, we organized the Lighthouse Mission about 5 or 6 years ago at 1611 North Kate Street. That's between Northeast 15th and 16th on Kate Street.
All right, and now when you organized that mission, first, why did you call it the Lighthouse Mission?
The name Lighthouse is just what the Lord had given us, lighthouse. We wanted it to be a light in a dark situation or in a dark world. In the time that we're today, as you were mentioning a few minutes ago, of young people involved in gangs and so forth, we want them to know that there is a light. Jesus is the light of the world.
Okay. Jesus is the light of the world. This is what you are saying. Do you actually believe that he is the light of the world?
I believe that he's the light of the world.
Do you see him shining in the world today?
He's shining in many people today.
In many people?
In many people today.
Do you think Christianity is on the decline or increase?
I believe Christianity is really on the increase. I think sometimes the problem is that we give more publicity to the other side.
All right. So you don't believe you're getting enough publicity and shining light?
That's right.
All right, you're saying that people have to show their love by sharing.
That's
what do
right.
you mean?
Sharing means if you share something, if you have something that you love and that you cherish, and you're able to share it with someone, you're able to give of yourself, give of your time, give of your life, then that means that you have love and you're sharing your love.
All right, now you say you're sharing love and you are the organizer of the Lighthouse Mission. Now, Reverend Hawkins Jr., do you think, as a minister in Oklahoma City, you have enough influence to bring about some basic changes.
I really do, and all the influence I need comes from above, and that's Jesus Christ.
All right, now you're telling me about Jesus Christ, but Jesus Christ is not here. He has to work through his people. Is that correct?
That's right. That's correct.
All right, now how is that happening and developing in your mission?
In the Lighthouse mission, we have geared our whole life toward helping the whole body, not just part of it. A lot of times we find the missions that only deal with the food and the clothing and the bare necessities of life, but we'd like to help the whole man, body, and soul. And when I say that, I mean that the reason we have problems that we have, the reason the people are in need a lot of times is because they have a greater need. A lot of times it's because of education, and we have a tutoring program that we're beginning to start where we're going to be helping children just off the streets with basic skills in reading and mathematics.
You think these children are going to come in from the streets and let you tutor them in reading and math when they're in school every day where they aren't so engaged?
Miss Luper, I see a lot of children just walking up and down the streets in the area that we're located. And a lot of times the children stop by just to play or whatever. And when they stop by, we have educational games that have been donated that the children can play with. And at the same time, while they're playing, they can get an education.
Okay, you can play and get an education. And your mission is located where?
At 2520 South Central Avenue, right here in the heart of Oklahoma City.
All right, now if someone wanted to do something for your mission, what would you actually want them to do?
We would like for anyone that wants to donate to this worthy cause, first of all, we want you to have a love yourself. We want you most of all. And when we get you, I mean actually get you involved in working with people, then we know that we can have what we need as far as material things are concerned. Most of the things that we need in our mission right now are basic hygiene materials and Bibles and food and clothing and things like that. But still, we know that if we get you involved, then we know that we have what it takes to bless in this mission work.
All right, now that's what you say. All you need is some food. Now, what kind of food do you need?
We need canned goods and food that can be kept for a while. We're there for emergency services. We try to serve those that come in that have been laid off work or maybe just out of things until the next pay period or whatever. We don't want to be one that would just say a handout, but we want to be there to help someone in their time of need, not necessarily just, there to give out all the time to people that just want to come in. But we want to bless those that sometimes, a lot of times there are people that have needs that necessarily are not, poor people, but they have needs. And we want to help those that have needs.
All right, now those that have needs are the ones that you want to help.
Yes.
I hear a lot of complaints about people that go to missions and churches and they ask them a lot of questions.
Yes.
Why do you need this? Well, if they hadn't needed it, it seemed to me
That's
now
right.
that they wouldn't have gone. Do you ask a lot of questions and get a lot of references when people come to your mission?
Now, what we do when people come to the mission, we would like, if we can, to get your name and maybe your address, and that's about it. And a lot of times we would like for you to tell us what your needs are. Well, that's the only way we will know how to bless you or be able to help you unless you give us the information that we need to, to serve your need, whatever your need might be.
Okay, now let's just go over some of the things that you say you need. You say you need some minor things. What do you call minor things?
And when I say minor things, I'm talking about educational supplies. Maybe there's some old textbooks around the house that you don't use anymore, your children don't use anymore. We would like to have those to help the children on the street. Bible tracts and clothing and shoes and canned goods, just the bare necessities.
All right, now you said you needed some dinnerware. I am so proud you say that.
Yes.
Because I have 50 plates that I would like to donate to your mission.
Wonderful.
To the Lighthouse mission I want to be on, I will donate 50 plates.
Beautiful.
To you. Let's look on this other list. You need some kitchen utensils.
Yes.
What else do you need besides plates?
We'd like to have towels if we can for people. A lot of times we have people that come in that need towels and bedding materials.
I notice you need toothbrushes.
Toothbrushes, all types of hygiene, personal hygiene.
Okay, you need combs and brushes and things like that.
That's right. We try to share with people and let them know that that's a part of life.
Do people really come up to your mission and ask for toothbrushes?
No, they don't. A lot of times they don't, but a lot of times when they do come and we see that there's a need there, we're able to help them if we have them.
All right, now you are going to do this. I know you have seen a need and you're working to fulfill that need. But Reverend Hawkins, Jr., tell me about your church.
Our church is one that's geared toward ministering to the needs of the people. And wherever the people are, whatever the needs are of the people, that's what the Lord has given us to do. And 5 years ago, the Lord gave me and my wife the vision of helping people, those that are in need, not just there for handouts or, as I was saying a few minutes ago, just to give this and not be concerned, but we're concerned about those that we help. We want people to be a part and enjoy the things that God would have for them.
Did God give you and your wife this vision?
God gave me
at
and
the
my
same
wife this
time?
vision. Well, it wasn't at the same time. The Lord gave me the vision, and later on the Lord kind of come in, and she saw the need, and the Lord blessed her, and we were
Okay, so
in conjunction there.
the Lord gave you the vision first.
Yes.
Then you were able to pass the vision on to your wife.
Yes.
And who is your wife?
My wife is Mrs. Theolimpa Hawkins. Her name was Theolimpa Antwine, and she lived in the Spencer area, and we were married about 12 years ago.
And you're all still together? You haven't divorced
We're still
yet?
together. We're not planning to divorce.
Oh, okay. Well, I know that's good news because I've just read where 50% of the marriages in America today end up in divorce. Or you go in and get your license on one floor and then you go down and put in for a divorce on the other one. Do you have any kind of counseling in your church?
Yes, we do. We have counseling to those that need we have special people that the Lord has given and inspired to help with certain needs. They're, like you were mentioning a few minutes ago, marital problems. We would like to help those that we can, the best that we can.
This is a Clara Luper radio show, and this show is being made possible by Dr. A.L. Dial. Dr. Dial, an optometrist located at 934 Northeast 8th Street here in Oklahoma City. If the letters in the newspaper are getting smaller than ever, don't worry about it. Just call Dr. A.L. Dial. His telephone number is 235-0536 for your appointment. Reverend Hawkins, I would certainly like to express my appreciation to you for even stopping by today. And I know you're going to be successful with the Lighthouse Mission, and the name of your church is what?
The Lighthouse Mission Church.
Oh, is that a Baptist church or?
We're non-denominational.
You're non-denominational.
Yes.
What do you really mean by that?
That means that we love everybody, we cater to everybody. We don't have any specific doctrine necessarily other than the Holy Bible.
As interpreted by you?
Well, the Holy Bible interpreted by God.
As interpreted by God. Well, I was just asking you because I'm a Baptist, Reverend Hawkins, and I know I love everybody. Bye-bye. Thank you so very kindly for being my guest. And I'll see you, and I would like to invite you and your church to Soul Bazaar 88, which will be on the northeast side of Oklahoma City. Well, I just got through talking to Reverend Hawkins Jr. I asked him some questions. I should have asked him about his anniversary. Wonder, do they have an anniversary in that non-denomination church? I don't know. But anyway, I will find out and I will let you know. I want you to stay tuned for his show. It comes on at 1:30, from 1:30 to 2 o'clock. Sherry's Cleaners, 4905 North Martin Luther King Avenue, ready to serve you. Go to Sherry's Cleaners. Enterprise Square Place is located at 4901 North Martin Luther King Avenue. That's the place where you can go and save money. Go buy you some stamps. It's a bona fide post office there. That's at Sherry's. That's at the Enterprise Square Place where you can save money, gasoline, and time at Enterprise Square Place. Burger Brothers is located at 412 South Harvey Street here in Oklahoma City. The telephone number is 236-1204. You will have groceries and meat for less, everyday low prices, plus weekend specials with fresh vegetables and fruits. Thus, you can always go to Burger Brothers where they have specials every day. Burger Brothers, 412 South Harvey Street here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Mr. George Singer would like to thank those of you in Oklahoma City that continue to play bingo in your own neighborhood. The House of Bingo is located at 3633 North Everett Street here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. That's the House of Bingo, 3633 North Everett Street here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The Soul Bazaar is a trade and industry show. I would like for you to plan now to attend the 19th 18th Annual Trade and Industry Show, Friday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. at the YWCA in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Now, it's a trade and industry show. That's what it is. It's a show where you can go and where exhibitors care enough about you to bring their products to you, to bring their services. Yes, all at Soul Bazaar 88. Now, in Soul Bazaar 88, you will have the opportunity to sit down and talk with your own sheriff and your deputies. Sheriff J.D. Sharp will be exhibiting, and his deputies and his assistants, along with the sheriff, will be at Soul Bazaar 88. OG&E for the 19th year will be at Soul Bazaar 88. HTB, your architectural dealers, the largest in Oklahoma, will be there. Langston University has a history of achievement. And you need to know what will be offered at Langston University this summer in the Urban Center and also this fall at Langston University. You will meet some of the leaders at Langston University at that Langston University exhibit booth, 1988 Soul Bazaar, YWCA, and this is the McFarland branch located at 16th and North Martin Luther King Avenue. George Keys, your county assessor, would like to say thanks because you have always visited his booth at the Soul Bazaar. Rainbow Bread, under the leadership of Maurice Jackson, will be at Soul Bazaar 88. Rainbow Bread, giving away that good old bread for you. You always look forward to the closing of the Soul Bazaar when Rainbow gives away bread. All at Soul Bazaar 88. Marilyn Hildred, your Allstate Insurance Executive Agent, will be there at Soul Bazaar, and she will probably be calling us, telling us some of the things that she would like to do. Now, in order to get in the Soul Bazaar, you're going to need a ticket, and your ticket costs $2. And I have a friend today who wants me to give away 10 tickets to the Soul Bazaar. So those of you that need a ticket, all you will have to do is call me. I have 10 to give away today. With these tickets, you can win. They will be giving away prizes every hour. And they are talking about savings bonds. They are talking about groceries. Yes, talking for 88. Clara Luper?
Hello, Mom. How are you doing?
Oh, Calvin, I'm fine today. I'm talking about Soul Bazaar 88. Are you excited about it?
I knew you were. You sound so very good. I knew you really must be enjoying talking about this 19th Annual Soul Bazaar coming up. That seems like so many years ago that we just started the Soul Bazaar, doesn't it?
It really does, Calvin, but the years have now rolled into history, and we're about to roll into Soul Bazaar 88. What do you think will be the most exciting part of the Soul Bazaar besides visiting the exhibitors?
I don't know, Mom. The Soul Bazaar every year is something always a little more exciting than it was the year before. I'm just looking forward to it, and especially with it being at the YWCA there at 16th and Martin Luther King this year. I think that along is going to bring a much more soulful, I don't know how, but somehow or other I just anticipated being an extremely, extremely soulful Soul Bazaar. I look for a good time in every aspect of it. I know it's going to be some great people there in the booths, and I look for some great people to be coming through, visiting those of us in the booths.
Calvin, I had the opportunity to see some of the goods that JD's Specialty Boutique will have on exhibit there. I have never seen any belts as beautiful as the belt she has. And everybody knows JD. They know that she's always loved hats. And expensive dresses. I have never seen such dresses and sweaters and things at a price that even a poor school teacher like me can afford. That's a JD's Specialty Boutique. And when you come in, I want you to get to meet JD.
Well, I look forward to it, and I I know if she has something that a poor school teacher can afford, she might have something that a struggling electrician and a struggling photographer can afford too. So I look forward to going by JD's booth there at the Soul Bazaar.
Well, I
You know what?
No.
Today I was going around and I said, well, I'm right down here by Burger Brothers. I think I'm going to go in there and see what Burger Brothers has on special today. Are you interested in finding out?
I want to know what they have on
Today they have pork roast, Mom, for only 99 cents a pound.
Pork roast?
Pork roast for 99 cents a pound. They got fresh country-style pork ribs that are only $1.18 a pound. And then the six-pack cans of 7-Up and Dr. Pepper are $1.48 each. You know, you can go in there with $10 and feed probably about 9 or 10 people, you know, with those kind of prices. So Burger Brothers is a place where I really saw some great bargains today.
Well, that is really wonderful. Well, Burger Brothers would like to say to those of you that are coming to the Soul Bazaar, they would like to say thank you for participating in the 19th Annual Soul Bazaar. And they want you to come down and tell me about those bargains again, Calvin.
Well, the bargains that they have available today at Burger Brothers is the pork roast that's available at 99 cents a pound. They got fresh country-style pork ribs at $1.18 a pound, and 7-Up and Dr. Pepper in the six-pack cans for $1.48 for that six-pack can of 7-Up and Dr. Pepper. But I like that pork roast at 99 cents a pound. That's a delicious-looking piece of meat.
Well, Calvin, let me finish telling you about some more of the exhibitors at Soul Bazaar 88. Did you know that the McFarland branch YWCA will have an exhibit at the Soul Bazaar along with the Ralph Ellison's library? Did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, let me tell you something else. The Native American Center with Mr. Bushyhead will be at the Soul Bazaar along with the Ebony Tribune. It's going to be something, but probably on Saturday they will be giving free medical examinations along with dental examinations. Now, Mr. Vic Carruthers have put this together. And when Mr. Carruthers puts something together, it's certainly well put together. You can get your high blood pressure tested, free sickle cell or examiner. You can get practically everything tested at Soul Bazaar 88. Isn't that something?
That's really something. That date is April the 29th, and that's
April the 29th and 30th, and it will open with Dolly Turner's group on Friday morning at 10 a.m.
Dolly Turner's dance group?
Oh, Dolly Turner has a group out of
that sounds fantastic.
Calvin, did you know where you can go and borrow some money? Do you know where you can borrow some money in a hurry?
I need to, but no, I don't.
But after the Soul Bazaar, you will know, because the Mitchell's Finance Company Incorporated will be there. And they will have specialists there telling you how to borrow money.
Wait, Mitchell's what?
Mitchell's Finance Company Incorporated.
Well, go ahead, Mitch. Is that Mitchell's bell box?
Right. Now, what Mitchell has done, he's taken that old pink kitchen and he's changing that into one of the most unique, beautiful finance company that you will ever see. Now, some of you been praying, oh, Lord, let me live to see a black man. Let me live long enough to see a black man owning a finance company. Well, when you come to the Soul Bazaar, now, I'm going to tell you, I want you to visit all of our exhibits. But I want you to especially go to the Mitchell's Finance Company Incorporated.
Well, I will definitely, Mom. You know, we're talking about Dolly Turner's show. That starts at right when the Soul Bazaar opens.
Right. Dolly has done that for the past 10 years. I'm really excited about it.
Right. I know that's going to.
I have a letter here from Mrs. Pace from Safeway Stores who say, congratulations, we are happy to be part of Soul Bazaar 88. And Calvin, AT&T will be at the Soul Bazaar, according to Mr. Lawrence Jackson. AT&T. Now, some of you are talking about job opportunities, and many of us just don't know what kind of jobs to apply for. We don't know what AT&T is doing. Well, we will have an opportunity to learn at Soul Bazaar 88.
Well, that sounds so exciting. Mom, I'm going to hang up here for a few minutes, but then I'm going to keep listening to the Clara Luper radio show, because I just enjoy it, and I enjoy hearing about the Soul Bazaar, but I especially like the fact that you dedicated today's program to those teens in Oklahoma and Oklahoma City who are doing something positive. That's fantastic of you.
Well, I want to do that, Calvin. I think so many times the kids that are involved in crime make these are the kids that make the headlines. But what about those kids that will be in Sunday school in the morning? What about those that are singing in the choir? What about those that are helping people and working? I think those are the young people that should be saluted. And if anyone out in Radio Land would like to salute any of those young people, call me at 478-2103 because I'm dedicating this program to our young people.
Well, I'm going to hang up now and listen for more information about the Soul Bazaar, and especially about some more great things that are happening here in the city that nobody can tell it like Clara Luper can tell it.
But thank you so very kindly, Calvin.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye. Robert Adams Jr. is running for the House of Representatives in District number 99. Now, Robert Adams Jr. will have a booth at the Soul Bazaar, and those of you that would like to talk to him about his candidacy, you will have the opportunity to. Once again, Robert Adams Jr. is running for the House of Representatives in District number 99, and he really wants to talk to you, and he has asked me to remind you that when you come to the Soul Bazaar, be sure and visit his exhibit booth. I want you to visit all of the booths, the Boy Scouts of America, and we have a newcomer to the east side, the A&A Beauty Supply Company, located at 3723 Spring Lake Drive here in Oklahoma City. They will be exhibiting products that you will need at the Soul Bazaar. What could the Soul Bazaar be without the continuous support of the Medical Center State Bank, who for the past years have always had an exhibit booth? They will be there at the 1988 Soul Bazaar. Haywood Hill Carpet Company, your hometown carpet layer, one of the best. Haywood Hill will be at Soul Bazaar 88 and will be showing you his products. The Urban League has opened their membership drive, and Mr. Mims, the president of the Urban League, will be at the Soul Bazaar along with members of his staff. Now that's on the 29th and 30th. I've talked to you about the exhibitors. I've told you Vance Motor Company out of Guthrie, Oklahoma will be there. But what we want to do, we want to give you the opportunity. If you have something that you feel that you would like to show to the public and you aren't ashamed of, why don't you be a part of Soul Bazaar 88? You may call 424-3949 or you may call 478-2103. Today I'm saluting the young people. Those young people who make it to class. Oh, they all might not make the honor roll, but neither did Einstein. Einstein didn't make the honor roll, but he made something even more valuable. He became a great scientist. Yes, this is a day that I'm dedicating to the young people throughout the state of Oklahoma and into Texas who are doing things. What was important? That young man working at a grocery store and working hard. Certainly we would like to salute you. Thank God all of our young people are not thugs. All of our young people do not go around beating up people. All of our young people don't stoop down to stealing automobiles and what have you. Our young people are on the move. And these are the young people that we want to see their pictures in the paper. We want to see these young people in order that our other young people will have some model roles. Congratulations to all of you that won in the State History Fair. And certainly I would like to salute every one of you, and I will be calling some names. If you don't know any names of any young people that are doing things, you sure are missing out. You are way behind. Well, I'm going to call some names of some young people that are on the move. Charles Crane. Yes, Charles Crane is on the move. I would like to also call the name of Curtis Pettis. I would like to call, and if you notice, I'm calling young men's names because I want you to join me. Sure, our young ladies are on the move too, but I wanted to call those two names to kick off the name calling, because I didn't want you to say, oh, Mrs. Luper always calls the name. I will give you the opportunity if you have the courage. Certainly, we would like to salute our young people that are trying. And we would also like to compliment Mr. Gurry James, who will be doing a workshop at John Marshall High School on Wednesday. The police at John Marshall will be working with the history department in presenting a workshop on how to... Corey James, who's just returned from Los Angeles, California, where that some people have just about taken over the town. But one thing about it, Gory James will be at John Marshall telling the students about how to survive. And if I know Gory, I know what Gory's going to tell them. You survive by staying away from drugs and gangs. Thank God all of our people are not interested in robbing and killing. We do have young people out here that are doing what they are supposed to do, and that's taking care of their own business. Young people, today I salute you. From Gary, Oklahoma, I would like to salute Felicia Johnson. Yes, we would like to salute Donnie Gregory, Hearn Brothers, O.C.O. Rill, and if you have any young people that you would like to salute, all you will have to do is to call us. Now, speaking of young people, one thing about youth, if you want to remain young, you can do it just by enjoying life. And down in Wewoka, Oklahoma, I would like to tell you about someone who really enjoys life and who loves young people. Mrs. Josie B. Richmond of Wewoka, Oklahoma, loves young people, and certainly she just recently on April the 8th celebrated her 90th birthday. Mrs. Richmond, from all of us here at KBYE Radio, along with Wilburn Richmond, your son, Adeline Richmond, your daughter, we would like to hand you a belated birthday wish. Now, Mrs. Richmond, 90 years old and still smiling. We love you, and thank you most of all for visiting with Clara Luper on the Clara Luper Radio Show. The people down in Wewoka, Oklahoma, Holenville, Oklahoma, all of you surrounding towns, you know how much I appreciate your visiting with me each Saturday. Time the radio comes on, I know one thing. Mrs. Josie B. Richmond in Wewoka, Oklahoma is listening. Tonight is the night of the fashionetta, the big fashionetta. And I know that the AKAs are getting ready for that big fashionetta tonight. Congratulations to you, AKAs. Election day for the Board of Education was last Tuesday. I had the opportunity to stand with Thelma Parks, your new board member, as she stood in her suite among friends of all races, religions, creeds, and colors. And with tears in her eyes, she said thanks. She was drowned in gratitude as she stood and said to the people, I want to thank you. She turned her eyes from side to side, and once again she said, I thank you. In a trembling, crying voice, she read what she had promised to the people in Oklahoma City, especially in District Number 5. She said, I'm going to be the best board member that you will ever have. I'm going to do my best. I want to represent the people, and I'm going to do my best. She recognized with gratitude the people that had worked so hard in her struggle. She recognized the people that had encouraged her. And you know it's hard in this world because there are few people that care enough to encourage someone else. But she thanked all of those people. Now we have a new board member, and certainly we had some good people running. And I would like to congratulate Geraldine Lonian for running. And you say, Clara, you're congratulating Geraldine. Yes, I'm congratulating Geraldine because she went up against all odds. Although she was supported by the Daily Oklahoman and the Chronicle, she lost. And I'm congratulating her because she had the courage to try. Those of you that have never been out on the battlefield, those of you who have never tried, you should have no words to say. Because only the men and women that have been out on the battlefield can really feel the victory or the defeat. I criticize the AKAs, and certainly you AKAs really got on me because I say that you had two running. Well, now you have one that was defeated and you have one that won. And today, I would like to congratulate all of you And if I know Geraldine, and I think I know her well, she will be in there fighting for Thelma, saying, Thelma, go on to the top. It's your desire to be the board member, and it's the people's desire to have you represent them. I want you to know that if it's ever anything that I can do, I will do it. And if I know Geraldine, this is what she has done. Our board race is over in District 5. We look forward now to another district, to a district in which Betty Hill, who's a past president and is the president of the Board of Education, is struggling for her political life. I don't know anyone that has disagreed with Betty Hill as much as I. I disagreed with Betty Hill and her plan that has led to the resegregation of the Oklahoma City school system. Because I have never been able to figure out in my mind how Betty Hill thought that she could make it as a board member in the 1900s and 80s, when in her own way she was leading this school board into a segregated school board. I consider Betty Hill as one of my friends, and certainly I work for the Board of Education and she is my boss. But Betty Hill knows that I did not agree with her and the idea of resegregating the school. Betty Hill knows this better than anyone else. And personally, I feel that she needs to be defeated, because she needs to understand that segregation, no more. That this is not South Africa where you have certain townships where certain people go to school. And I would like to wish for the man that's running against her, Mr. Isbell, the best of luck. And I think that Betty needs a rest. She needs to go home now and rest a while and start a movement to try to resegregate the schools in Oklahoma City. I would hate to be a white person in Oklahoma City that would encourage my children to stay in an all-white society, yet they are going to have to get out in the integrated world. We just noticed that today the United Nations consists of 159 nations, and most of these nations are either brown, black, or yellow. I would hate to be a black person and be so wrapped up in my blackness that I would hate for my child to compete in an integrated society. I would like to say to my child, even though you're black, you've got to compete. Here's Shelley. Shelley, how are you today?
I'm fine.
I would like to congratulate you. You went to the district history fair for your school, and what's the name of your school?
Northeast High School.
And tell us what you did this time.
I won first place in the individual performance senior division category, and I did a performance on Andrew Jackson.
Why did you select Andrew Jackson?
I thought it would be a nice historical topic. I could find a lot of information, and it fit the theme.
All right, now, what was the theme this year? Other than frontiers in places, persons, and things. What is it that you learned about Andrew Jackson that you do not believe some of the radio audience might not have? Could you tell me anything?
His wife died of a heart attack because people were falsifying their marriages, saying that it was illegal.
Okay, anything else?
Andrew Jackson was the 7th president.
Oh, well, that's really news. Tomorrow, the Amigos Club will be celebrating their birthday. They will be celebrating their birthday, according to Nancy Davis, the president, in Edmond, Oklahoma, at the Broadway Inn restaurant. There they will have the opportunity to relive some of the great moments in the Amigos Club's history, as will be related by members of the club. But I think the highlight will be that tomorrow, Shelley, I understand you're going to be the guest speaker. Tell me what you're speaking about to the Amigos Club tomorrow.
I'm speaking about my trip to the Virgin Islands.
Oh, that should be interesting. Was that the club helped you to go to the Virgin Islands, right?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's great. Do you think that they are going to listen to you as you talk about the Virgin Islands?
Yes, I won't be a boring speaker.
You won't. How long are you going to speak?
No longer than 10 minutes.
Oh, well, that's really great news. I know they'll be happy because in 10 minutes you will have finished your speech. Shelley, I'm congratulating the young people today who are not members of any gangs that are associated with drugs or crime or what have you. And I know you would like to call the names of some young people you know that are in school, studying, working hard. I know you know the names of young people that are even participating in a car wash today in order that they can go with the band. Name some of the young people for me that you would like to salute.
Some of the young people that are members of the Northeast High School Band are having a car wash in Northeast High School to raise money for their trip to St. Louis. And the band directors, Mr. Alvin Jernigan, and some of the band students are Leslie Austin Jr., Katina Bowens, Nikki Hampton, Marion Cooper, Kim Cooper, and Stacy Gaston, Barbara Gaston, and many others.
Okay, many others, Shelley. I love names because I think the young people that are out here that's working hard, they are presidents of student councils, they are presidents of the French clubs, the German clubs, they are presidents of FHAs. I think these young people should be saluted. And someone is calling: Cynthia Hancock, Amy Griffin, Wayne Newton, Judy Ralston, and others. If you have someone that you would like to salute, feel free to do it. Yes, it's time now to salute the young people that are doing things. We've got to say something about our young people. These are young people. Mrs. Letty Hunter, how are you today?
Ms. Luper, I want to say congratulations to all that you have considered as teenagers are concerned. And Ms. Luper, I want to tell our community about young people that I know that's doing something and maybe they're not aware of doing.
Okay.
And there are about 30 young people who spend their time on Tuesday evenings after school with a young man named Dwayne, who prepares them to drill, and he has a little band. They saw this band, I'm sure, at the last parade that we had, Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday band. He does this for free. The children go up there and they dedicate themselves and practice so they can be a contributing factor to our community. I think we should say hats off to Dwayne, and also our hats off to the young people who are wanting to make a contribution to help with the activities such as a festival one that we had on Dr. Martin Luther King's Day. And they were many, many kids. And I'm calling so that I do want you to know about one of the little drummers of my grandson. And he was just so elated to have it to be in it. And then one of the little drill girls of the drill was my granddaughter. So I'm sorry I can't name them all, but since I'm playing for them, they're standing here looking at me, so I'm going to have to call their names.
Well, Letty, do you think that one reason why some of our young people turn into gangs, we no longer have the Mrs. Pros in our community that kept them involved in bands, majorettes, and things like that?
That is true, Mrs., because I find out the young people out here just looking and harboring for some constructive activity. And when I found out, Dwayne said, come on, he had 3 different age level groups, which is really too many for one young man with one assistant that he has to work with. But they're interested, they want to do something, and this is one way to get them off the street. Now, I really want my hat to go off to Wayne because he made all of the costumes for the little band. And I know you saw that maroon and white. He wanted them to be in costume because he wanted them to be in style. And he made all of those costumes so that they could look good in our community and represent our community. So this is right. We need more kinds of people like those that gone before us.
But do you think if in our press we would call the names of the young people that are doing things? I notice no one has never done a story on the triple threats. Right. And do you think that would help to give a different image? Because I'm tired of just seeing our young people portrayed as criminals and what have you, and they all aren't like that.
Well, that is true. And Mrs. Luper, had I known this was going to be a special program to the young people, I would have gotten the list of all of the participants, and probably on your next radio show, I would like for Dwayne to come out and bring the list and read all the names of the children that's coming up there at the Douglas Center and practicing on Tuesday nights and learning how to play the drums, learning how to march. And not only that, Mrs. Luper, they learn discipline. They learn how to work with others. They learn how to share because they do not have enough drums, they do not have enough flags, they do not have enough guns, and they do not have enough batons. So therefore, they have to share in learning these artistical things. And they learn to do this also so very, very much.
Let me salute some students from John Marshall High School who won high honors at the History Fair. Willis Washington, James Wolfinger, and Marty Osby, all in essays. Individual projects, I would like to salute to William Hamilton, Linda Luna, and Curtis Pettis. Special projects, I would like to salute Debbie and Stormy Martin, and certainly I would like to recognize Mr. Jernigan, who teaches at Sage or Emerson School. And Shelley say Mr. Jernigan, Mr. Alvin Jernigan is not the only one. He has a brother that teaches at Emerson School. Lady, I would like to salute the individual performances from the students that participated in this category from John Marshall High School.
Congratulations to them.
And I would like to congratulate all of them. I would like to congratulate Angela Stovall, Brian Hopkins, and certainly Hodgkins. Brian Hodgkins I would like to salute. Not only that, Raffaello Green, and Nicola Walton, and certainly my list continues to grow long and long as I celebrate young people who have not made the headlines, but who certainly are making a contribution. I would like to congratulate, and I would like to salute Toby Lamont. And if you have any young people...
Now, Mrs. Luper, I cannot overlook our children that we meet with on each Monday night, that those dedicated children that come up there each Monday night and give their services for our community.
Ebony Hood?
Dedicated, and that is a long list of names.
That's
I doubt if we can, but I do not want the NAACP Youth Council to feel that we are not recognizing them because they are there each Monday night and they're there at 6:30 and they're on time. Because we do have a wonderful program there, and it's a wonderful learning program that we have there. And I wish I could just tell about some of the learning things that we are doing there, because we're teaching them not only how conversational language, we're teaching them table manners, and we're also giving them some history. So these are just samples of things that they are being taught other than the organizational rules and regulations and things that's required by the NAACP.
Well, people are still talking about that meeting on Monday night where Mr. Fowler, not David, but Chris Fowler stood and told us about his project. We were talking about Tiffany Williams and a study on sickle cell anemia. Well, we have a lot to talk about, all of our young people, and I want the young people all over Oklahoma, all in Texas, to know that we appreciate those of you who are not involved in gangs. We appreciate you. And the fact that you aren't making headlines, keep on doing what you're doing, because you're going to make the world a better place to live.
And that is true, and I'm sure when they go to the national organization in Washington, D.C., we were going to see more and more of the progress that our group is doing, as well as those in other cities. And I want to take this minute, if you would allow me, on behalf of my candidate who had to go to Muskogee. She wanted to be here to come out there and say thank you to all of the persons who supported her. Thanks to all of the persons who took out their time to even go to the polls to vote. And she says now that she's in, she does not want them to leave her there by herself, because she is there for the public, and she do want them to always remember to contact her.
Well, we are certainly going to contact her, and if she doesn't make a good board member, I'm going to be the first one to announce on this radio station that we need to get rid of her. We're going to be watching her with a great deal of interest, and I described to the radio audience what I saw on Tuesday night as you and the group that was behind her push on to victory.
Thank you so very kindly.
Okay, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Soul Bazaar 88 has the usual traditions. They will have one of the most beautiful young ladies as Miss Soul Bazaar. That's Alicia Smith, Barbara James, LaTanya Menace, Angel Roach, Kimberly Combs, Don Harrison, Anissa Maple Smith. Oh, there are so many young people that will be there. And it's not too late for you to put your baby in the baby contest. Hello?
Hello, Miss Luper.
Yes.
David Walker.
Yes, David.
I'm doing fine. I was just calling, very interested in your program as usual, and I was calling to commend the young people that took the time to come out and participate in the memorial parade for Dr. King. So many that I noticed in the parade, Miss Luper, was not born during the time of his lifetime, but apparently it has been passed on to them by yourself, Miss Hunter, and some of the other leaders that are constantly reminding them of their heritage, that they did take the time to participate in something organized in a worthwhile project. And I especially would like to commend my nephew, Mr. Brian Hodgkins.
Oh, no, that's my student.
Who gives such a magnificent presentation on the steps of the Capitol. I was overjoyed to see him in it, and was just thrilled to death to hear his presentation. And I say once again to the young people, if you are to become a part of a gang, let it be a gang that means something, that has some value, some spiritual value, some cultural value, and from that they will grow into being mature adults that will have something to offer to society.
Dr. Walker, I do appreciate you and what you're doing for the young people. And I will see you at Soul Bazaar 88.
We'll be looking to see everyone at Soul Bazaar 88, Miss Luper. Thank you again.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
That's Dr. Walker, and if he told you he'd see you at the Soul Bazaar, he will be there. When we think of May, we start thinking of law and our legal rights. Let me tell you about some programs that will be available. On April the 19th at the Board of Education in the Public Schools Administration Building from 7 to 9 p.m. there will be a workshop, how to deal with insurance companies. Attorney Ronell Walker will be the speaker. On April the 26th, Attorney Ara Thomas Beatless will speak on surviving negligence from 7 to 9. On May 3rd, Judge John M. Amick will conduct a mock trial at Judge Amick's courtroom, the Oklahoma County Courthouse from 7 to 9 p.m. On May 10th, Senator Vicki Miles LaGrange will speak on For the People, by the People at the Oklahoma State Capitol. On May 17th, Attorney Kenneth L. Spears will be speaking on Times Are Tough, Bankruptcy. Now, those of you that would like to participate in these discussions, all you will have to do is to register, and you may call 272-5579. Ask for Jonna Harford. The workshops, all of these workshops are only $10, and certainly they will be worthwhile because lay people can learn more about the law. Well, this is the time of year that we stop and think about the pioneers that came here in 1889, and next week we will be celebrating 89ers Day, and then come my birthday. So many of you have wanted to know, what do I want for my birthday? I'm just trying to figure it out. What do you want me to have for my birthday? You've been so kind, and certainly my birthday is May 3rd, and I would like to remind you that I don't want you to wait until I die and start buying some wreaths and flowers for me. If you got anything to give me, give it to me now while I am alive, because my birthday is May 3rd. May 3rd, and not only my birthday is May 3rd, Henry Lurks' birthday is May 3rd. And if you know anybody else that's born on May 3rd, let me know, because you know we always have a picnic. And any of you that's born in May, I want to tell everybody about the people in Oklahoma that are born in May. It's no secret, the best people are born in May. That's what I think. Shelley, would you agree with me?
No, the best people are born in August.
Oh, August's too hot to be born. May is the time. Miss Black Oklahoma City will be on May 7th. You are invited. to Miss Black Oklahoma City. See Oklahoma City select that one young lady that will represent them in the state pageant. The state pageant will be held from June the 12th through the 18th. It will be televised on June 18th, and you are invited to be a part of it. Soul Bazaar 88. I would like for you to call me. Those of you that would like to participate in the parade, which will be on Saturday morning, it will start at 2609 North of Martin Luther King Avenue and go on through. There will be a lot of entertainment at Soul Bazaar 88. And if you have some talent, certainly we would like for you to participate in our talent show. We would like for you to participate in the fashion shows. Mrs. Hunter is the coordinator. There will be all kinds of fashion shows, include one with Lou Wallace, and then there will be a senior citizen. There will be a senior citizens show. Britain Elementary School will be presenting a big program. Nancy Davis fashion show, and the people from Star Spencer will be presenting a show. There will be a cake baking contest, a pie baking contest. And then Matty Dillard will be putting on your show. There will be Little Mr. Talent USA, Mr. Talent USA, and there will be gospel music, all at Soul Bazaar 88. I would like to tell a friend of mine who wanted some of my bread pudding. Yesterday, I made a bread pudding. That was the best bread pudding that I had ever made. I put 12 eggs in that pudding, and then I had an accident. The pudding burned up. So therefore, if you can't get any bread pudding tomorrow, and don't you be fussing at me because my bread pudding burned up. That can happen to anyone who would forget that the bread pudding is in the stove. Today, I've saluted the young people in America, and especially those in Oklahoma City who continues to carry the torch of obedience, sacrifice, study, and hard work. And I want you young people to form gangs of your own. Gangs that are bounded together with commitments of love, understanding. And in place of beating or strangling our senior citizens, let's put our arms around them and show them that we love them. And I want you to look at your hands wherever you are and say, with these hands, whether they are black, white, or brown, or yellow, I'm not going to hurt anyone. I'm not going to steal from anyone. I'm going to be a builder, because anybody can destroy. I do have 10 tickets to give away today, and maybe the first one of you that call me wherever you are, I will give you the tickets, and you can give them to your friends. In the meantime, those of you that will be purchasing tickets, remember in advance they are $2, and you will have a chance to win a prize every hour. The clock on the wall says, Clara, it's time to say goodbye. And I'm so excited because you spoke to me when you saw me, and you know I love you, and may God bless you. Bye-bye.